Shout out. We in the building. All right. Shout out to On the Spot Live. Shout out to On the Spot. So this was earlier. We did the video, and I screenshot this because these are some great key points right here. We were talking about buying homes. If you're gonna buy a home, the best thing to do is buy a multiplex. You stay in one unit, you can rent out the other units. Some people say I can't do that. Yes, you can. Just because the property is $800,000 for three, let's say anywhere from 2 to 4 units, and a quad is the most you can buy. Anything over a quad is considered commercial. So once again, if you don't think it's feasible to buy, you're slightly mistaken. When it comes down to it, all you have to do is qualify for one of the units. If there's 4 units, let's say the units altogether is 800,000. As long as you qualify for quarter of that, which is 200, 8 divided by 4 is 2. 800,000 divided by 4 is 200,000. As long as you can qualify for 200,000, then you qualify for it. There's another thing called a DCR loan to where you're going off your credit, but that's something that you have to look into. We'll talk about that later. But the main thing is, as long as you qualify for that, you're good, because the rental rate of the people that are already living on the property minus one vacant property, you can use that to buy the property. If someone's living on that property and it's an $800,000 property and they're already paying $1,500 a month, 3 units paying $1,500 a month, that's $4,500 right there. 1,501, 1,502 is 3,000. 1,503 is $4,500. You take $4,500, and if you were to pay, that's an additional going into that. That'll be $6,000 going into the property. But because you're staying in one, you're going to technically be staying in one free. Now, if you want to pay the property off fast, then you'll pay the $1,500. That's how it works. But other than that, even in a duplex, as long as one of the duplexes are available, the other one is being rented out, you can take the rental income from the person that's renting and put it towards your amount that you want to buy the property with. Now, of course, you have to do your due diligence, check the property out. I always advise people to get a home inspector. It is not a questionable, even in new construction. Shout out to my guy, North Star, on YouTube and on Instagram. It ain't right. If you check out his videos, you know that in the home inspection, even in a new home inspection, a brand new built, there's always going to be something wrong. Contractors cut corners. There are very few contractors that do everything right the first time, because you got to understand, some contractors sub to other contractors. But let's get back on topic. Once again, housing is available. People can buy homes. You just have to know what market, how much money you have, and, your credit. That's the thing. If you're buying a single family home, understanding when buying a single family home, your credit matters. When buying a single family home, how much money you make matters. Just because you don't think you can afford, they have houses out here going now where people buying houses with a credit score of 580. 580. Some people have only been on their job for 6 months and still able to afford and to buy a home. Most people are actually joining together, couples, getting on houses, whatever it takes, because you got to understand, the rental right now is not going down. When have you ever heard you going in to buy a house or or renting a property, when you going in to rent a property or rent a house, that they say, well, we're throwing a special. First year, $800. Oh, that's great. Second year, full price, $1,800. You save $1,000 that first year, second year you get hit hard. You never heard them say, well, we're going to do 8 years of $800. Well, the market's $1,800. Don't worry about that. After 8 years, we'll discuss that. You never hear that. You never hear going to a property where they automatically say, well, our job is to put you in here. Whatever you have, we'll take it. No, it's their job to make money, and it's your job to find something that's affordable. Buying a home, it keeps up with inflation because no matter what, all these houses, eventually, they're going to go up in value. You're going to pay more in taxes, but it beats paying the inflation of rental properties. I was at a property I was renting from in Tucker, Georgia. Nice area, $800 apartment. It wasn't a special. About I say 850. And literally, I think it was my twins so it was a 10-year difference. 10 years, that property is at $1,800 now for the same 3-bedroom I was renting from 10 years ago. So that was a big difference. And that was 4 years ago, which made it 10 years ago I was at that property. So in the 2000s, I left that property around 2010 or close to 2011. And within 2020, that property went from 800. No, I think when I left that property, I was paying $975, almost $1,000. I thought it was insane for me to pay $1,000 to rent a property when I can buy. And lo and behold, people are paying $2,200 to rent. You do the math. Over time, you're not getting no kind of equity from that rental property. You're not building any kind of thing that can pass along to your kids, some type of generational wealth or some type of thing you can put in a trust. You're only helping the owner, lock in their passive income. So once again, buying a home is the way to be. Look at the numbers, check your credit, do the work. Once again, you know what I always say, peace. We here, we gone.